What's going on, champs and champets? It's FireMonkey here, and the Jeep Wrangler has officially been decrypted, so in today's YouTube video, we'll be showcasing it, the wheels, and the decals off for you guys to make a choice on if you plan on picking this up, I think this Thursday when it releases in the item shop. And of course, if you plan on picking up anything, consider using code FireMonkey support me, #ad. But without further ado, let's start off by not even talking about the Jeep Wrangler, but talking about something you guys might be getting like a little bit of a Mandela effect about. You might think that the Jeep Wrangler has actually released before in Fortnite, and if you said that, you would technically be right. As if we go over here, we do have a Jeep Wrangler, this one being the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, and this one does have its own decals. So we, for example, had, some of the normal like stripe decals and stuff, but we also had a trail rated decal right here, and even a Tomb Raider decal for the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon. However, this Jeep Wrangler right here is not the Rubicon. So even though it's a Jeep Wrangler, this is its own vehicle. So I'll go ahead and quickly just kind of, showcase some of the different color options for you guys. And while I talk about it, I'll go ahead and try to go through at least every color option that's here. But I'd love to hear in the comments down below, what do you think about the Jeep Wrangler coming over to Fortnite? And what do you think about us having two versions of the same like car, or I guess not even car, but like SUV brand line or whatever else? I think it's honestly kind of fine. If you don't want to pick up one of them, you can pick up the one that has the collaboration. I know some people were originally expecting us to have like a Jurassic Park collab with this actual Jeep Wrangler, but it doesn't appear like that's something that's happening. So if there's anyone out there who was hoping for like a Jurassic Park decal, sorry, you're most likely not going to be getting that. I think it exists in Rocket League, so maybe you can get it later down the line as like a free added decal to your car. But at least as of right now, this is something where you're just kind of getting a normal Jeep Wrangler over here in Fortnite. So here's the final three decals, or I guess, color options that you'll be able to pick from. And then let's go over to the different decals. We don't have any base decals like, the stripes, the wings or anything, but we do have some original decals, starting off with the Jeep Wrangler's Willys. As you can see right here, this has a description of a trooper, and you can see the front and back design. It's a very like muddy version, and this is similar to what we actually saw when it came to the Jeep Wrangler Rubicon, where we always get like a very muddy version of both the wheels and a decal. However, the Rubicon was a collaboration decal. Next up, we got Rubber Duck for the description of Phil and Ducky. This one has a lot of just kind of, small little duck designs. And I gotta admit, I think it's like Jeep Wranglers in real life that I see a lot of like rubber ducks on like the windshield of or whatever. So this one kind of makes sense for the Jeeps. After that, we got the Stone Blue decal with the description of Off the Map. So you can see it right here. Nothing really to talk about with this one. I thought there was going to be a little bit more iridescence where you'd be able to actually kind of like see the color shift as you moved around, but it appears like it's just a static PNG and no actual like color changing stuff going on there. And then the final decal right here is Rad Racer with a description of totally radical, bruh. Now, as you can see right here, this one is going to be a little bit lower quality because I don't have HD textures on the Xbox app version of Fortnite, but you can still make out some words like Solar Bright, I think that says right there in the front. You can see that there's some little logos and stuff over on the side. You have the back, which is pretty much just like a clean blue with a little bit of that orange peeking through as well. The logos I have repeated over on the left side, and then the front of the Jeep Wrangler actually has the number 90 on it. After that, we have two new wheels, so we got ourselves the Jeep Wrangler wheels right here, and I know it's going to look a little odd because I don't actually have the Jeep as the actual car we're seeing. You know what, actually, let me go ahead and try fixing that. I think if I go here and I set this as primary vehicle, this is going to allow us to see the wheels on at least, nope, alright, never mind. Well, here are the Jeep Wrangler wheels at least, and you can see they look pretty nice, pretty simplistic, nothing really to talk about there. They're just new wheels to have in your locker and you can use with the Jeep Wrangler if you want, but we also have the Jeep Wrangler off-road wheels right here, which is a muddy version of those wheels. And just for the sake of comparison, since we're not able to really show you the Jeep Wrangler with these wheels equipped, what I'm going to do for you guys is go over here and we're going to go to Jeep Wrangler and we're going to grab these muddy wheels right here. As you can see, this is what it looks like with the Rubicon, and then we're also going to equip it over in this section right here so we can see what it looks like on the normal Jeep Wrangler in the item shop. So if you were to, for example, mix and match the Rubicon with the normal Jeep Wrangler, this is kind of the aesthetic you'd be able to get out of it. And then of course, if you wanted like a more cleanistic version, I guess you would say, we could go ahead and put on the normal Jeep Wrangler wheels right here. So let me quickly just go ahead and do that. Go in the item shop, and then you can see kind of, it actually looks pretty clean if you mix and match, to be completely honest here. Of course, like the wheels are a little bit different. These, of course, don't have the same exact design, but it still looks nice. Like, you know, you could use any of these decals, to be completely honest, with the other Wrangler wills, and I think it kind of mix and matches perfectly. But without further ado, I hope you champs and champions enjoyed today's YouTube video. Let me know what you think about the Jeep Wrangler coming to the Fortnite item shop soon. And then, as usual, like the video if you liked it, dislike it if you didn't like it, and until next time, peace out.